Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show a very, very basic way of doing friendship bracelets. Now, to do these, you can use wool, thread. I'm using an embroidery thread. This is the sort of thing that you can get from supermarkets or craft shops. This particular one was in a kid's friendship bracelet set that you can get at certain supermarkets. The thread itself's not very expensive, but it'd be interesting to see if people manage to do something with string, stuff like that, because I've not actually tried that myself. So to start off with, we need to make a little device to do the friendship bracelet in. So I've just got some old cereal box. So what I'm going to do, get a cup, turn the cup, it doesn't matter, upside down or whatever. I'm just going to draw around the cup to get a circle. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so we've cut out our circle, and then I'm just going to draw some marks. So we need to divide it first into four, well, first into two, so one line either side, and then just do another line either side that way. Draw a circle, a little circle in the middle. Doesn't have to be exactly in the centre, it actually doesn't really matter at all. And then we're going to mark off halfway between that point, halfway between that point, and then halfway between there, halfway between there. So we've got, it's not quite a clock, it's divided into 8. So now cutting the slits. We need to cut slits down each of the lines that we've marked. Just a simple one cut, that's all it needs. Just like that. About 1 centimetre in. Maybe it's half a centimetre, it doesn't have to be that big. Again, it doesn't have to be equal, just as long as you've got a decent sized slit there. And then in the middle, just going to punch a hole in there. We use pencil, just keep my fingers well out of the way, just like that. Just punched a hole in the centre of our shape. Okay, just like that. So now cutting the thread, you need 7 strands of embroidery thread. I've measured these, I've measured them already and cut them already. They're about 60 centimetres, maybe it's a little bit more than that actually. 60 centimetres of thread. And you can select up to 7 different colours. I've gone for 2 red, 2 orange, 2 yellow and 1 black. And now we just need to push the... Oh, and you need to knot it at the top, so that's important. You need to knot them all at the top there. It's just a simple knot, just to keep them all together. And push that through the centre point, like that. Okay, just like that. Now we need to put the threads into a slit. Doesn't have to be in any particular order, really doesn't matter. This type of friendship bracelet cord making technique it's something that you can do if you're not particularly good at doing crafty things, or it's good for young people, good for old people as well. Maybe as if they're not as good with their hands as they used to be. So there we go. We've distributed the threads into one per slot, and you'll notice that there's one free down at the bottom here. Now, this is simple if you can count to 3. As long as you can count to 3 and you can remember which way you counted to 3, you're going to be good. So, starting at the bottom, you count 3 up. So 1, 2, 3. And then you take the thread out of that one and then move it into the gap. So just move it around. So the gap's there. 1, 2, 3. And we'll move that into the gap. Always remember to separate the threads underneath. If you don't, it'll get tangled up and you'll just end up cursing and throwing the thing in the bin or something, I don't know. So from the gap, 1, 2, 3, into the gap, 1, 2, 3, into the gap, separating it as you go, 1, 2, 3, like that, 1, 2, 3, and you just keep going round, 1, 2, 3, and you will notice that you get faster, and as it goes on you won't have to move it round. You'll be able to see much easier where you're counting from and which thread you need to move. Now I'm just going to speed this up a bit, just because watching me doing this for the whole thing will be tedious and boring. The idea is to do something that's fun for you, and watching me do it isn't fun. Doing it yourself, now that's fun. The good thing about these single slits is they keep the tension up. If you do the slits too wide, you'll find the thread is quite loose, and you'll end up with, it won't be as even. It'll be a bit lumpy, and it's just, what you're wanting to do is something that's going to be effective. It's going to look good. It's going to be something that you'll be like, oh wow, I made that. And a lot of people will not believe that you actually made it yourself. And try different colour combinations. Like I say, you can buy the thread packs. You can buy the thread packs from a lot of supermarkets. Just slowing down a bit there. You can buy the thread packs. They look a bit like that. So you can get lots of different colours in one pack. 20 assorted colours in this one. It does give you, quite a lot of choice. You can make these for friends and family members, and do it in their favourite colours. You can use it to, as well as friendship bracelets, you use it for other things, so it's a basic cord. You could use it for making a bookmark, or maybe he's using it for, I don't know, something to keep your glasses on when you're not wearing them. The cord's quite sort of useful, and it's like, if you've got some thread in the house, and you need something, you can just knock something together. Right, okay. So here we are. This is the finished strand, and I've tried it around my wrist, and it just overlaps a little bit, just to show. There, it overlaps, and it's a little bit extra. But you're going to need that because obviously you're going to have to tie it together. So the thing to do is to take it off the card. Pull it through like that, Then you've got your end, and just tie a knot in the end. There we go. So you can trim off the excess bits. You may wish to keep them on until you've tied a knot, just to make it a little bit easier for tying. To make it into a bracelet. But you can, mix up the colours, try, favourite colours. You could use colours from football teams, you could use colours of the rainbow, all sorts of different colours to make a friendship bracelet for you or your friends. Obviously, you won't be able to give anybody any of them at the moment, but wait until after the whole lockdown thing's gone and you'll be able to give them to your friends, use them as bookmarks. There we go. There's one friendship bracelet. Okay.